So, come on and do. What is TransVision?
What is TransVision? Well, probably the easiest thing to say is that it is a live stream show which brings the Ballery into the homes of people around the world. However, I'm not the biggest fan of live stream internet shows, but I would say it's more like television for the internet. Now, I don't know if there's any difference, but I'm a big fan of television. I grew up with television, and television was my little escape into a world which was fabulous and very different from where I was growing up. So I like to think that TransVision, it's bringing my, it's a portrait of my Berlin broadcasted to homes anywhere.
But what does it include?
What does it include? Well, it's more like what doesn't it include? So what does it include? I think I would say it's when I'm surrounded by artists and musicians and writers and performers and painters, and so the TransVision is pretty much a glimpse into our community. So it includes all these different mediums.
How did you come to the idea to start TransVision and to start working in such a format? What was the background behind it?
Well, when we had the lockdown for Corona,
When was it?
in March, there was a policeman and he walked past the gallery and he said, "You can't be open." So I thought, oh, okay. So then I decided to close the windows and cover the windows with curtains and newspaper. And I decided, okay, if we can't be open, then let's do things online. And I was working with a singer, and I'm still working with this singer and musician called Mikey Woodbridge. And we had planned a concert in the beginning of April. So I said, instead of cancelling it, let's do it online. And then I started this idea of bringing more things together and making more out of it.
Mm-hmm. And how many people saw the first session of TransVision?
I mean, I think until now, I would say around 2,000 people have watched the first one.
Did you get any feedback? What was the reaction?
Actually, I didn't get a lot of feedback in the beginning, which was quite interesting, because when you do a show in the real life, if you do something here, like you get the immediate reaction. But when we pressed stop from the record, we didn't know if anybody had watched at all. So that was quite interesting. But the feedback I have gotten is that people say that they have seen the vision, they get the vision. And of course, everybody had something to say. Could have had a better this, could have had a better sound, better. But we knew that, and so we did 4 TransVision broadcasts over the month of May, and I think with each one they got better, and people kept on telling me that they are getting better. So I think by the 4th one we did, the quality was quite good, and it was getting a lot of good feedback. So now we're going to do a new one on Wednesday, 29th of July, and I think we want to kind of go a step further than what we've done till now.
And tell me please a little bit more about the 5th edition. Will it have a theme? What it will be like?
Well, I never know what the theme is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I collect a lot of different ingredients. It's like cooking, and I go searching, see what ingredients are around and see what's in the air. And then I think, so really what I would say TransVision primarily is a portrait of what I have seen or what I have recorded through my eyes and my experience. And this somehow, with this TransVision, I think the themes which are included are to do with money, Black Lives Matter, prejudice, and what is it at the moment which is bringing people together. I have an exhibition at the moment at the Ballery called Pride and Prejudice, and I kind of wanted to kind of just put this kind of prejudice into people's faces or present them with prejudice and see what happens.
Hmm. And do you think that TransVision had also the intention to somehow support the artists during those hard times of Corona when everything was closed? And what kind of support can you envision?
Well, I have to be honest and say, in the beginning, I wasn't thinking about supporting the artists. I was more thinking about making something, and I'm very attracted to artists, and people who do stuff. So over the time, I saw that it could be a platform for a lot of artists. And I mean, for example, in this room, when I show an artist, whether it's a performance artist or a painter, I can only reach around 40, 50 people because that's how many people I can fit in the room. But then I saw that the videos that we made without any promotion or anything were reaching around 2,000 people. So I thought, oh, it's good for everybody. So a lot of the artists in return, they got videos of their work, and new collaborations were made. So I don't know how it's supporting the artist. I can't say it supports the artist like this, but I think that what it does support is this idea of working together and presenting perspectives from artists and performers who aren't usually presented or seen or represented on television.
So do you think it was just an extraordinary measure for the times of the pandemic when galleries couldn't work for live audience, or is it okay, and are you going to go on with TransVision? Do you like this format?
I really love it, I have to say, and I think I wanted to go this way regardless of the corona or not. The corona thing just gave me the excuse to do it. But like I said, I don't come from a very cultured background. My education was television, and I like the idea that someone, like if I was in my little hometown and somehow I found this TransVision program, that I could see that something else existed. And I would like to think that all these people which I have on the show, they're inspiring for people all over the world, and that by seeing these people which are not usually represented, and I thought it could be very inspiring for people who are looking for their own thing, wherever they are.
And within those 4 editions of TransVision and for the upcoming 5th one, did you only work with artists you knew, or did you meet any new names?
Well, I started working with artists that I knew, and I had ideas for the shows, but of course my ideas were also inspired by the people that I knew. So, but then over the time, like, I got to meet friends of the artists who I found interesting, and so when I was like, oh, when new people started coming around, then I couldn't resist to, collaborate with them. And so it's brought new people together, but it's just the nature of things, because, it's, I think the Ballery, around me, we've developed quite a community, and that just continues to grow, hopefully because people like what I'm doing.
So what would be your message for the artists who maybe want to join TransVision in the future?
What is the message? Well, I don't know if there is a message. It's not like I'm calling artists to join me on TransVision, because I think probably part of my enjoyment is finding those artists myself. So it's like saying, well, what does somebody do if they want to be your friend? You just don't know. So it's, but I enjoy meeting people who have ideas and who have gone off the mainstream path to follow their own way. So I think that's what usually inspires me to work with an artist, that they have made a decision, or they are they are committed to something, even, and maybe they don't exactly know what they want to do, but I think if there is this passion or there is this desire to, do something that they want to do, then that's attractive for me.
Okay.